Hey everybody, it's Brian here. I hope you're all doing well. So at the time of publishing this video, we're approaching the end of the month of July, and it won't be that much longer, just 2 short months before we are going to be entering the fourth quarter, the biggest time of the year for all types of sales, particularly and especially online sales. So in today's episode, we're going to be looking at 4 important tips to get your print-on-demand shop ready for the most important time of the year. Sounds good to you? Well then, let's get to it. Now before we start today's video, if you're new to the channel, again, my name is Brian. I create content to share tips, advice, and motivation for print-on-demand business. So if it's something that interests you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video. I publish a video every Wednesday and Saturday, bent on one important goal, to help you with your print-on-demand business. So with that said, let's get on with today's video. Now before we start off with the 4 tips, I just want to let you know that I will be letting you all know about a special resource that I'm going to be making available for free with respect to the fourth quarter. So you definitely want to watch straight to the end of this episode to find out more about that. Okay, tip number 1. Start uploading from now. As I stated earlier, we're towards the end of the month of July. We only have the month of August and September before the fourth quarter begins. Now, why is it important to start uploading from now? Well, there's a number of reasons. First and foremost, you want to make sure that you get your designs uploaded as early as possible so that the algorithm of the particular platform you're uploading to is going to have enough time to index and basically get to know your designs for the particular marketplace that you are selling on. Now, you also want to keep in mind that there are early birds who start shopping very early for presents pertaining to Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, any of the important events that occur during the fourth quarter. And if you have your designs uploaded now, or at least within the next couple of weeks, you're going to give your designs a better chance of being found by these early birds, and hopefully they'll make the purchase, which will in turn help your design to rank higher in the particular search. Also, you want to make sure that when you are designing and uploading, you're also keeping in mind long tail keyword phrases. Now, I've covered this topic on a number of episodes prior to this one, and I'll leave links to the description for those episodes down below. Long-term keyword phrases, for those of you who may not know what they are obviously keyword phrases that bring a low result on platforms such as RedBubble so that your design will rank higher in the marketplace search. Now, another thing you also have to keep in mind as to why you should be uploading early, well, basically it all pertains to shipping times. So you want to make sure that you give your customers enough time to be able to browse through your shop, find the designs, click the add to cart button, but you also want to make sure that they're going to have enough time from the time that they order the item to the time that they receive it to be well in time before they actually need it. So for example, if you are going to be designing for Halloween, which falls on the 31st of October, well, you're not going to start uploading designs pertaining to Halloween on the 10th through the 15th of October. It's just too late. There won't be enough time for people to be able to shop for your goods and actually get it in time by the 31st, particularly in the fourth quarter when obviously shipping times do tend to slow down just because of the huge volume of things that are being ordered online. So again, for those people who are early birds who like to shop well in advance to make sure that they get their items in time for the particular events and not have to actually go out and contend with traffic and large crowds in the shopping malls and stores and whatnot, they want to be able to shop in the comfort of their own home with a nice cup of coffee, feet up on the sofa, browsing through on their mobiles or on their tablets, ordering what they want and getting them. And now if your designs are up there well in time, you're going to have a greater chance of making those sales. So it's really important to start getting your designs up now. Remember, with respect to print on demand, you should always be uploading for events that are going to be happening at least a minimum of 2 months in advance. So we're talking Halloween, Thanksgiving, towards the tail end of July, beginning of August. Now, when you get into September, you should be thinking of your Christmas designs. If it were me, I'd actually be getting the Christmas designs up now too. But obviously it depends on your circumstances and what you obviously can and cannot afford to design and upload based on your own time circumstances. But if anything, start getting your Halloween and Thanksgiving designs up over the next couple of weeks to ensure a greater chance of being found and obviously getting your designs sold. Okay, tip number 2, and this is a very short one and it's a no-brainer. Upload a lot. Create as many designs as you can and upload them. Remember, with respect to print on demand, it is a numbers game. And the more designs that you have up in your respective shop or shops, if you have more than one, the greater the likelihood that your designs are going to be seen by people. Again, those people who want to shop from the comfort of their own home. And let's say it clear, over the past year and a half, with all that's been happening around the world, a lot of people have really warmed up to the idea of making purchases online. Simply to avoid crowds, to avoid traffic, not having to have to waste valuable resources and time getting out to the various shops and stores in order to make purchases that they might not even find. But in the comfort of their own home, like I said, they can sit on their sofa, have a cup of coffee, and just shop online, and everything will come to their door, which is what they want. It's convenience. So if you provide that convenience by having a lot of designs that they can consider, then you're going to increase your chance of making greater sales, particularly in the coming fourth quarter. Okay, tip number 3 is a very simple one. Promote your designs on social media. And as well, those of you who've been following my channel know, I really favor promoting my designs and obviously informing you and advising you to promote your designs on Pinterest. Now we have to be very, very careful over here. Whatever social media platform you're using, you want to make sure that you're not coming across as spammy. Very often I see a lot of accounts on various social media platforms where it's just basically the same thing over and over again. Buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. And a lot of people now have become very, very socially aware of these kind of tactics online. And for most people, it just washes right over to them and they just totally ignore it. So instead, you want to make sure that you are being strategic and you are not being spammy in the way that you are obviously marketing your designs. So for example, instead of always using the word buy me or links to my shop here or links to my shop there, just simply create a number of nice mock-ups, okay, and start uploading them onto your various accounts. Sometimes without even needing to say, listen, you can buy this here or you can buy that there. If people are interested, they're going to find a way to get in touch with you to ask you, hey, where can I purchase this? And if you want to actually increase your followership on these particular social media platforms that you are obviously working on, instead of always putting up design after design after design, mix it up a little bit. You know, try to include quotes, try to include funny anecdotes, try to include funny pictures so that people will want to come back and visit your account frequently. When they feel comfortable that you are not just trying to spam them or trying to get them to take out their credit card, they're going to be more warmed up to the idea when you do actually, in fact, put something up for sale, or if you want to provide a call to action for them to visit your shop. More often than not, a lot of people have told me, you know, Brian, I'm not making any sales. I'm not getting the traffic to my particular websites as much as I want to. Why? And then you know what? I go in and I take a look at the social media accounts and it's basically the same thing. Buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Yes, I know we're online to try and make money. We're online to get that hustle, to make that extra income. But you're not going to make it if you're driving people away by always sending the same message that you want them to buy, to buy, to buy. Instead, try to mix it up. Put a nice healthy balance between what you want them to buy and provide some value. Give them a reason to come back and visit your social media accounts. This way, again, like I said, they'll be more interested in what you have to offer. They'll feel like they have a special connection with you, that they'll say, okay, he's created a nice design, or she's created something really nice that I want to look into. Let me click on the link and maybe perhaps make a purchase. Now, with respect to Pinterest, as many of you know, or for those of you who do not know what Pinterest is all about, it is a visual search engine, and it is a platform that allows for longevity with respect to your pins. When you pin something up on there, people will be able to find it a month, 6 months, a year, 2, sometimes even more than 3 years after you've posted it. So it is something which you should definitely be investing your time when you're creating designs. And simply put, all you need to do is use a platform like Placeit, which I'm showing you on the screen now. And for those of you who don't know, I can leave a special link in the description below, which will take you to the website and obviously provide you with a special offer. It is an affiliate link too as well, so I will receive a small commission to help support this channel if you do so. But one of the fantastic things about Placeit is the facility to allow you to place your designs on mockups. And these mockups, whether they're garment-based mockups or model-based mockups, you can use them in your social media platform to always provide fresh visual content for your followers, whether it be on Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or what have you, that will give them a sense of how great your design would look on them if it looks great on a model that they're seeing. So it's definitely worth considering that when you are creating your designs, try to obviously put those designs onto mockups, have them downloaded so that you can then upload them to your social media websites to obviously gain more exposure. As opposed to always showing just, a t-shirt with your design smack dab in the middle of a particular post. So try to mix it up a little bit so that obviously people will be interested in visiting your shop, gaining that trust factor with you, and hopefully making the sale. Okay, tip number 4 is basically doing an audit of your shop. So for those of you who may not be certain as to what the word audit means, basically you're going through your shop and searching for anything that doesn't look right and fixing it up. Obviously, throughout the course of a year, when we're uploading a lot, it's not unheard of where maybe something might have slipped by. Either perhaps maybe you'll be too tired to actually notice, or it'll just simply go over your head and you'll notice that one of the designs on a product in your shop doesn't look that great. Maybe perhaps on a mug it's not configured properly, or perhaps on the sticker you have a lot of loose parts so that when the person actually receives the sticker it's going to be a lot of tiny little pieces which could be annoying. So during this particular time of the year, it's really important that you go through your shop and just choose designs at random, and then go through all of the products you activated for that design and just make sure that everything is placed properly on each product, it's sized properly, that you don't have anything which is bleeding outside of the boundary walls. Just basically taking a look at anything that is off and correcting it. Because you know what, when somebody visits your shop with the idea of purchasing something, it's Murphy's Law that they're going to click that one particular item that you have up there where not everything looks great. And obviously, if they don't like what they're seeing, they're not going to continue shopping through your shop, and they'll just bounce from your shop and visit another shop from where they can make their purchase from. So go through it. Basically, what you can do is just choose a bunch of numbers at random and find which product designs are attributed to those numbers and just see. Is everything the way it should be? Could I improve upon it? Is there a design that maybe I should change the graphic from? Perhaps thinking at the time when I was designing it looked good, but then, coming back at it a few months after and looking at it with a fresh pair of eyes, you might say, I think I could improve on that clip art, or maybe I could change the font on that. Remember, now is the time to be looking into these things while it's still relatively slow and making those corrections so that when the rush for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for all of these events that happen during this particular time of the year start to happen, you're not caught with your socks down trying to think, oh no, I didn't fix this, I didn't fix that, I've got to fix this. And you feel a lot of stress and pressure and anxiety because you want to make the sales, but you know that the designs aren't as great as they could be. So don't put yourself in that situation right now. Take a little bit of a break from creating some new designs, even if it's just for a week, and do a real serious audit of your shop. Go through and improve upon it. Because your designs that are already uploaded onto the marketplace have a place in the RedBubble, TeePublic, or whatever platform you're using algorithm. So those are there. Now what you want to do is you just want to make sure that they are shining to the best that they can shine so that when people come to visit them and hopefully purchase them, it'll help your overall shop rankings to increase so that when you do come to start putting up new designs, that's obviously going to help you too as well. And at the end of the day, doing this exercise is potentially going to help you make more sales down the road when the online buying starts. Remember, this coming Christmas, there's going to be roughly $1.2 billion in sales over the course of Christmas. roughly 450 million of that is going to be in online sales just from the United States alone. This is not even factoring other countries like Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, other countries where people do like to buy online. So if you want to make sure that you're tapping into this market, now's the time to actually start going into your shop and making these tweaks to make your shop the best that it can possibly be, both in your design and even in your overall shop appearance. Bit of a task to do, but will go a long way in helping you to achieve more sales. Now, I said at the beginning of this episode that I was going to give you 4 tips. I'm actually going to give you a 5th one, a bonus tip. Now, this tip pertains to actually configuring a message, particularly on RedBubble, for your buyers. Some of you may or may not be aware that you can actually leave a message of thanks to a customer who's made a purchase of one of your designs on one of the products that you have on offer. And again, this gives a human element to the shop. Remembering, when a person is shopping online, there isn't this person-to-person communication and relationship building that one would find by going to visit a shop on a regular basis. So by providing a special message of thanks, which the customer will receive upon making a purchase, just gives that human element, and for some, it just might be what is needed for them to consider coming back to you even after the 4th quarter. The fact that you've actually stopped and said, hey, listen, thank you very much for making that purchase. I really appreciate it. You're helping me to support my artistry, and for that, I thank you. Or something along the lines of that can go a long way at helping that person to really appreciate you as the shop owner, as the artist, as the designer behind that shop, and it's a good bet that they'll be back to purchase more from you in the future. Now, for those of you who do not know how to do that, you simply go into your dashboard, and there is a section which I'm putting up on the screen here, where you can actually click send message to buyer. You click on that, and then RedBubble will provide you with a field where you can actually type in your message to the buyer, and then you just click on save. It's as easy as that to do, but it goes a long way at, again, giving that human element to your customer. Now, earlier in today's episode, I also stated that I was going to be providing you with a resource pertaining to the 4th quarter and to help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below, which is going to take you to a free PDF document, which is going to provide you with a list of all of the important events and holidays that occur during the 4th quarter. And there are some, to be honest, that I didn't even know about. So it's actually going to be helping me as much as it's going to be helping you for us to be able to create our designs for the 4th quarter in the coming weeks. So basically, that is it in a nutshell. We've got 5 really important tips that we need to really pay attention to with respect to our shops for the forthcoming 4th quarter. A bit of a tongue twister there. Now, it's basically very important for you to keep in mind that a lot of you are probably just going to be watching this episode and moving on to the next one and probably not doing anything. 2% of you will probably actually sit down and get to work with respect to what I've suggested. And it's those 2% who are going to increase their chances of making more money this 4th quarter by making sure that their designs and their shop are top notch. Question now is, in which category are you going to find yourself? The 98% or the 2%? Whichever one you find yourself in, I wish you all the best of luck in the coming 4th quarter and for the remainder of the summer season. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be well, be safe, be creative. Bye for now.